that was when miniskirts started to come in, and meaning women had to wear dresses. And then it I think the minute the skirts got shorter and shorter, and so maybe it was, well, maybe we should rethink this.
The men teachers would get paid $100 more.
325.
The magic number was 325.
Yep, 325.
Yeah, and Artie Munson-Swanson was the person that went after that whole kind of thing about it, because she was the head of a household, she was a single parent, and said, but I also have these skills to do, so as Artie Munson-Swanson.
Yes.
You are,
Yes.
Because that new man was not revolutionary. It was just a reform. It was not that bad at all. And everyone just went berserk about the new man.
Those are the two best things in education has been Title IX and special ed. In the years that I've been here, that absolutely have changed everything, and the best things.
They taught us as much as the teachers and other students taught.
How many kids were in the school when you were there?
Well, at its top, it was about 2,000.
That's what I thought of being in that neighborhood.
Yeah, we were a little over 2,000, I think, when Century opened. We had over 2,200.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things went pretty well. We used every classroom, every period, but I don't remember any real big problems. I mean,
Well, you doubled, you switched to double shift.
I always said you put 2,200 adults in the block area, you'll have more problems than we had this time.
The other one that I was thinking about was when we built Century High School, and we got this land up north, which had prior to that been a landfill.
I got a call from Dick Carlgard to come and show up at Bismarck High on the new semester started. He wanted to know, I'd been coaching, and he wanted to know if I could teach high school Phi Ed, and I said, sure. He goes, okay, just show up, you're hired.
To be in that very first year in 1981 is when kindergarten became public.
I would hope we don't forget that we are teachers, no matter what administrative role or guidance and counseling, that we're all teachers. Well, I used to get calls, and Marlis, the office manager, would say, you know, for Kelly's office, and they'd say, I'd like to speak to the principal, and so I'd pick up the phone and say, hello, and they'd say, no, I'm sorry, I asked to speak to the principal. And so I got that many times.
But it didn't happen without a lot of work and a lot of adversity.
Bismarck Public Schools tries everything new. They take on so many new things.
and the 6th graders still are kind of housed alone, and they do very well. It has worked. I think it has worked well.
And in fact, having been the principal at Century when we went through that massive renovation and redoing and so on, and double the size, some of the electrical things were just downright scary when we came on them and so on. And so there were a lot of things that were, you know, and I know a lot of us are old Bismarck High students, and emphasis on old. But but the thing is, there's always been a grandeur about Bismarck High. You know, it's built like a temple. You know? Yeah, and it is. And so, but Century was the new and improved. And I have to tell you that I am so envious of Mr. Schmidt. Tom, are you listening? I would kill for your job, not literally, but figuratively. Lynn Sperry, an 1893 graduate of Bismarck High, talked about in his graduation speech, not finished but begun. And that's really what I think, that as a district from the beginning, when it started out as really a tent with Linda Slaughter downtown before Hancock, and then you think of how it grew into the Bismarck Academy, and then how it eventually became Bismarck High, and how education has evolved and grown and changed, but always the passion of the people.